Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Happy October 30th. I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey, where I like to talk about how I've lost 97.4 pounds since starting the ketogenic protocol, how you may be able to lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life like I did. I hope everyone can see and hear me. It's always a question. And for those of you who've been around a while, I'm back in front of the fire. It's chilly today. It's overcast and I'm lonely. So I thought I wanted to be cozy. Um, and hello, hello. Welcome to the Baconators, Tracy S., a new club member. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Today's topic actually was inspired by a suggestion from one of my patrons. A little background. I have a private Patreon support group. And every weekday morning, I make what we call video snippets. They're anywhere from 10 to 22 minutes long, 25, however long it is that I talk, pre-recorded. They're not live at my kitchen counter, first thing in the morning, before makeup. I'm still got sleepy dust in my eyes and sometimes before coffee. And I just recorded, I think, number 1004. Some time ago, I asked for input on suggestions for topics. And so I provide patrons with a link to a spreadsheet where they can enter topics. And then I just talk. I read the thing and I just speak extemporaneously. A topic that was entered today, I'm going to read it to you. I don't remember what I said exactly because I don't work from a script and I didn't go back and listen to it again. But the topic generated a lot of response from patrons. So I'm going to read this topic suggestion to you, and then we're going to talk about it. And I thought it was rather timely, actually. You guys can see and hear me? Hi from Virginia. Lovely day here. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Judy. Here's the topic. It reads, "Hi, Casey. I know what you say about cravings not being a life emergency. I know what you mean. I really do. But there are times when I get depressed or down about where my life is right now. And I have an issue with food addiction as well. At those times, it's like I'm a different person who doesn't remember or really doesn't care about all the reasons I shouldn't eat the bad stuff. And I know it doesn't fix anything. It even makes things worse ultimately. But the fact is that eating certain things during those times does make me feel better for those moments. I was successful on keto a few months ago, and I'm still 53 pounds down. I want so badly to be successful on keto again, but it just seems like my mind is against me. Any words of wisdom?" Right. So, first of all, I don't know who wrote this because unless someone signs their name, I don't know who, it's anonymous. And my husband, who is, um, he's not here right now. Um, he's usually making his own breakfast or making my coffee, and he can hear in the background what I'm saying. So I finished the snippet, and the first thing he said was, "Wow, that's great. She's still down 53 pounds." He said, "Oh, I should have said that." So anyway, if you're listening now, congratulations on being 53 pounds down. I'm going to guess that many people hearing my voice right now can identify with that, what this person wrote. I know I can. I know I've been there. For those of you who don't know my story, I was morbidly obese. I was overweight, obese, morbidly obese, some combination of those, usually morbidly obese, for 30 years, from my mid-20s to my mid-50s. I tried. I gave up on losing weight. I realized, or I decided that I was the person, that was my role in the universe, to be the fat, funny friend. The smart, glib, has a nice face, but isn't it a pity about the rest of her person. I did want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I won't go into all that again because many of you already know this. So I Googled how to not take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I came across the white coat video of Dr. Eric Westman, who I'm proud to say is now a friend. And my life changed on January 8th, 2014. I knew low carb worked for me, though, since 1977 when I was in college. And I did the Atkins. induction period for, 2 weeks. I lost the little bit of weight I had put on in college. Threw the book away. Oh, by the way, hashtag Casey's pink drink. I'm asked about it each time. Tall glass, full of ice, which is mostly melted. Diet tonic water, a splash of diet cranberry, and a squeeze of lime. Hashtag Casey's pink drink. But throughout the years, I would revisit low carb. Not too many times because, it was they were pushing pretty heavy to the goal that low fat was the way to go and Atkins was malpractice. But I did try, and I knew it worked. But I would derail myself. It's not that life came at me and it ruined me. I made poor choices and I made excuses for myself. Here's the thing. I'm not going to quibble about, food addiction. I have a problem with using the word addiction for food. We don't have to be hospitalized for withdrawal from carbs. Unless we're overtaking insulin, but that's a whole other story. It's a medical thing. I mean, if you're taking insulin. Forget I said that. That just muddles the issue. But, and I've had a thought about this. People say I'm a food addict. No, we're not food addicts. We're eating addicts. We eat. We like eating. And then we tell ourselves that it helps us, that we use food to cope. No, we use food to not cope. If hunger's not the problem, food is not the solution. Food fixes nothing other than hunger. Food does not fix a bad marriage. It doesn't fix a broken heart. It doesn't fix thankless children. It doesn't fix ornery boss. It doesn't fix bankruptcy. It doesn't fix a broken ankle. It doesn't fix anything. But we tell ourselves because it is reinforced for us by marketing, by food manufacturers, by culture, by movies. If you're going through a breakup, reach for the Haagen-Dazs, right? How many times have we seen that? Some pretty 20-something or 30-something has a bad day and she goes to the freezer and pulls out a Haagen-Dazs and a serving spoon. Oh, it must be okay then. If Cameron Diaz can do that and she looks great, I think I can do that too. No, because, Cameron Diaz, she's a wonder. Here's what, and I did it myself. I did it. I would make jokes about my deciding to delve back into something. And I told myself I could not go the rest of my life without eating tortilla chips. But I want to suggest to people, particularly as we go into the holiday season, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, the days, there's less sunlight. Some people are affected by seasonal affective disorder. Some people just don't love the holidays. And so all this kind of piles on. Let's not forget tomorrow night, Halloween, candy. But think about this. If we're going to tell ourselves, it makes me feel better for those few moments. And it does for about 8 seconds. And this, as the person wrote, they know the answer. They know. We have to reframe our thinking. First of all, we have to stop telling ourselves it's okay because life came at me. Or I deserve a break today. So let's get up and get away and let's go to McDonald's. Substitute the word alcohol for food. I had a really bad day and the Cheetos were calling my name. So I ate them. I had a really bad day and that bottle of tequila was staring at me. So I tossed back 4 shots. Substitute a hit of, I don't know, prescription medication. I had a really bad day, and the Vicodin was in the medicine cabinet, left over from when I had that, shoulder surgery. So I just took a few Vicodin. Would we counsel anyone we care about that that's okay, that that's the way to deal with the problem? Uh, a woman who is a patron and knows something about addiction, heard the snippet I did, and I used the phrase, we use, and I didn't make this up, but we use substances to numb ourselves. We are numb. We're numb. We're not feeling anything. Is it okay to numb ourselves with drugs and alcohol? Is it okay to numb ourselves with gambling when we don't have the money? Is it okay to numb ourselves with so-called laughingly referred to as retail therapy when we don't have the money to pay the bill? Would we tell anyone that's okay? Would we say it's okay to I am I sleep around because it helps numb me. It helps get me out of my day. No. But we say it's okay for food that we know. It's not even food, y'all. A lot of this is not food. Cheetos, not food. Pringles, not food. Not even food adjacent. Pretzels, no. Ice cream, no. No nutrition in there. We should eat to fuel ourselves, to bring ourselves nutrition. I was morbidly obese. I can't screen share. You can go to my blog and look at my previous photographs. Those weren't even my heaviest. I know about eating bad food and crying while doing it. I know how illogical it is. Many of us approach eating with not a sense of logic about it at all. None. Doesn't help that some of our medical providers are clueless and give us bad advice. But food is not going to fix anything. If you're a person that can eat what you want, when you want, be healthy and happy and fit, you're probably not listening to my voice right now. You're probably off doing something adventurous, rock climbing or something, while eating Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't say what the ketogenic protocol is. My apologies. I try to remember to do that at the beginning because not everyone knows what it is. By the way, there's some crazy stuff out there, just made up stuff about the ketogenic protocol. Here's what it is. As I practiced it, as I learned it, and as it has worked for me and countless others. Keep your carbohydrate intake to 20 grams or fewer a day, total carbs, not net carbs. If it's not on page 4, link below, don't eat it, but you don't even need a food list. It's animal products, limited amounts of non-starchy vegetables, and limited amounts of full-fat dairy. Don't eat if you're not hungry. That's the hardest part. Stop when you're satiated. Second hardest part. That's it. Says nothing about time of day. It says nothing about grams of anything other than carbohydrate. It says nothing about BMI. It says nothing about minimum amount of calories or maximum amount of calories. Keep your carbs below 20 grams a day, and almost the rest will take care of itself if we listen to our bodies. That's it. We make our decisions. We have to start framing it for ourselves. Not that we are victims of food. We make decisions. We need to own them. If I decide today to order, Domino's pizza and eat it, it won't be because of anything other than I decided to do it and I made a ridiculous decision for me. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not at risk of doing that. I've been doing this. I've been eating this way, not doing this. I had a former career and I was good at it, and I just didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I started the protocol in January 2014, not January 1st, by the way. And everything about my life has gotten better. Everything about my life has gotten better. It didn't happen in a week, everything getting better. It happened when I started to feel better about myself, that I feel like I returned to the person who had that potential at age 22. Because I was nothing but 5 feet tall of potential, man, and high energy and a good brain. I was stupid because I was 22. But I met and married a wonderful man when I was 22. Big risk taker. Knew him for 3 months and we didn't really speak the same language. Okay, moving on. I do want to give a shout out to patrons who I know are here. And I want to you don't need to purchase one thing, not one special product, not one thing to be 100% successful at this. That having been said, shameless commerce division. I will sell you a mug and a thing all day. And by the way, 2022 calendars are in. You can see these at my blog. Patrons, if you're listening, I have not posted it yet to you, but you get a discount and I will put that code in there. But it's just stuff and I designed these. I'm really excited about it. And it's got stuff, it's got sayings, and it's got some behind the scenes photographs. There's me kicking up my red heels on a cruise. I wouldn't have done that before. And so anyway, at my blog, 2022 calendars, at my blog, Spiral record keeping, 12-month record book. You can write in. It's got sayings and cartoons and habit trackers and weekly planners. At Teespring, all this link below. Steel water bottle, amongst other things. Mug, lay off the carbs, lay off the excuses, amongst others. Oh, and it was requested that I design a zippered hoodie. I've got pullover hoodies, but so there's a zippered hoodie that just says "Go Keto with Casey" and my thumbs up there. Size, I think extra small to 3X. That's at my Teespring shop as well. Okay, enough about that. I do want to thank patrons, private patron only support group, where I do 20 videos a month at the suggestions of the patrons, depending on your pledge level. A handful of patron-only video live streams on Crowdcast, and a handful of patron-only video group sessions on Zoom and one-on-ones with me. Speaking of which, there are some things coming up. I think I've got this right. On Crowdcast, which is a separate platform. I'm going to share this link, but I've also put it in the link below. The Durham support group meeting with Dr. Eric Westman, my friend, and me, this Tuesday. It's free. Register. You can ask questions in advance. If you can see it on replay. And I post the most recent 6 months on my blog as well. You can watch those on replay. It's a chance to ask the world expert. And it's free. And then Zoe Harcum, who I find delightful, and I are having a Casey's Keto Connections live stream a week from today. She's in Wales, so it'll be 10 a.m. Eastern time that day. She's in Wales, UK. And then Jackie Eberstein, not a repeat of. We're going to have another Casey's Keto Connections with Jackie Eberstein in December, and then more stuff coming on. Okay, commercial over. I'm going to turn my attention to comments and questions if you guys have anything, and I appreciate your indulgence. And I'm just going to jump in. Kay Knight writes, "Hello from Philadelphia." Okay, Pia did something. Congratulations. Let me see if I can find it. I won't. Okay, Sherry Brinkers, love seeing her fireplace again. 'Tis the season. Hi, Judy. Judy Tucker from Hopkinton, Iowa, has lost 130 pounds, and she's a farmer. And I don't know how she farmed 130 pounds ago. Pia Nyman, hi from Sweden. Allo, lost 37.5 pounds since mid-May. Ketogenic diet, almost halfway now. I'm 54 years old. Have my own chickens. A lot of eggs. Yes, you've commented, haven't you? Glad to have found you on YouTube. And of course, you're in Sweden, home of the diet doctor, Andres Infeld. Congratulations. Chickens. I actually have a t-shirt on that Teespring show. The chickens, the perfect human companion. because they are. Our chickens, we have 15. If those of you don't know, we have 15 in our flock now. We'll probably add to it. And we eat a lot of eggs. Okay. Judy Porterfield. So I know Judy knows better. I was told without a gallbladder, I would overtax my liver. Wrong. As Dwight Schrute would say, false. Okay, I'm going to scroll on down. Sharon Wild writes, I don't have a gallbladder either. No problem. I've asked Dr. Westman before because this comes up. And I've asked in public fora. Is there any condition or situation for which the ketogenic protocol is contraindicated? Now, keep in mind, he has seen and treated thousands of people. Nope. No gallbladder, no problem. No thyroid, no problem. Hyperthyroid, no problem. Hypothyroid, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, postmenopause, no uterus. One of my patrons, hey, look at my husband who is out of the country, just chimed in. Hello, Nancy. Hello, darling. I miss you already. It is not as much fun with you here. And there's Jack. And Luna was she was yelling at me right before I went live. Anyway, so my husband is in Colombia, South America. And I don't love that, but Mikos Danes, I found recently that my stall was related to overeating dairy, pared that down to just 2 tablespoons of total of heavy cream, and weight is back on dropping in. Crazy, how dare. Okay, and now I do want to point out something, sweetheart. Mikos Danes, you do realize that page 4 limits heavy cream to 2 tablespoons a day. So what you're saying is you are following the protocol. Good job. And there's a reason certain things are limited. There's a reason that dairy is limited. It's calorically dense. It's easy to overconsume. It's easy. It's not easy to overeat boiled eggs. It's not easy to overeat pork chops. Hey, Nanchi, is Jenny there? Is Amparo listening? Amparo, hola. Hola, señora. There's Jack. He continues to hear the truck's coming down. He thinks he's going to see if you're coming up the driveway, honey. Judy writes, hello, Casey's husband. Hi, Casey's hubby. Do you know that when I go to put things in YouTube, like tags underneath my videos, this started a long time ago, and I start to type and I'll write, go keto with Casey, and it'll auto-populate certain things, and it'll say how many. Do you know what it auto-populates? Casey Durango's husband. Been through it rather, Judy. Judy Porterfield. Judy writes, thanks again, Judy Tucker. It helps to hear others have ever gone through it. Okay. Jenny Ariana Garcia Palacio. Hola, Casey. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está ketogénica? Okay. ¿Todavía? ¿Está chequeando para beta-hydroxybutyrate? ¿Cómo está? Good morning from Iowa here. Almost 7 months. 81 pounds off. And Tammy, Judy, Tucker is from Hopkinton. Where are you in Iowa? I think you guys have talked before. They are next to me. Yay. Okay, so my husband is in Colombia. Jenny is, I guess, his second cousin. Amparo, his wonderful cousin, who is more like a mother. Tim is so caring and loving. Okay, good. And Jenny is so my husband goes downstairs talking about the ketogenic protocol to his family, 2 of whom are medical doctors. They have trouble. But Jenny's doing it. She's doing it. That's good. Sherry Brinkrake, Hi, Tammy Bales, another Iowan. Us Iowans are rocking it. Thanks, Casey, for being an inspiration and the protocol. Does anyone have a comment or a question? So Jenny says, yes, yesterday I measured, I'm 0.5. Listen, measuring ketones, 0.5, it's like pregnancy. You either is or you isn't. Someone's going to come out with a meter that just says, like the, pregnancy test, it's just going to say yes or no. Because the degree does not matter so much. My body chemistry, I often will have a beta hydroxy, that's the blood reading, beta hydroxybutyrate reading. When I measure it with the Keto Mojo, 5.4. One time it was 6.2. My average is probably 2.7 or 3.2 or something like that. But that's my body chemistry. I'm not getting into heaven any faster. And if high beta hydroxybutyrate readings translated into burning fat, I would be see-through. Judy Tucker writes, Judy, doctors just need to be open to what is working for us and do their research. Judy Tucker, you are the one. You've lost 130 pounds. Did you not share that your doctor keeps warning you off of keto? Your obese doctor? Any comments or questions for me? I do like to. I really appreciate you guys allowing me to be part of your Saturday. It's a privilege to do what I do. I mean that sincerely. And I'm grateful for it every day. Okay, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Thank you. If someone wants to ask a question, yep, oh yes, okay. I'm going to wrap it up. Remember, Durham Support Group meeting, this is the first Tuesday of every month. It is free. You can follow me on the link below at Crowdcast, and you see my entire upcoming schedule. Some of them are registered, some of them are free, some of them they're all registered, some of them are patron only. Anyway. Hey, Valerie Martini. Good morning, Casey from Eugene, Oregon. Toby Mac Ballerina, have you ever visited Southport, North Carolina? I'm sure I've been through it, but I haven't visited it. Miko Staines, you do this every Saturday, create stability somehow. Just knowing you'll be there to help us. That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you back. What was I going to say? Something that just made me think. Oh, yeah. Okay. So take advantage of the fact that Dr. Eric Westman, who's been giving of his time for over 10 years, free to just answer questions. He's heard it all. He knows it. And Jackie Eberstein was his teacher. And I am, again, privileged to say that she and I are now friends. You never know what life is going to do. This all started for me. Well, I changed my, eating at age 55, but things really changed for me like closer to 60. And I couldn't have predicted it. I could not have invented this. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer. Total not net. It's not on page 4. Link below. Don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you're satiated. And remember, if hunger is not the problem, food is not the solution. It just isn't. And we can do this. Thanks. Adiós, mi amor. Te extraño. Ciao.